I don't know. We got two. We got two of us here. I can always leave and go get them. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Tarot for Kindness. This is our weekly get together every Sunday. We meet to raise funds for seniors in Ukraine who are suffering in this full scale invasion. If you have not been seeing the news, and there hasn't been a lot of news because there's been a lot of other kind of terrible news going on, then you might not have seen that that there has been like intense bombing in Ukraine and horrific stuff. You know, the usual. Putin promises he's going to have a Easter ceasefire and then just continues to bomb, that kind of crap. So anyway, if you want to help seniors in Ukraine, this is a great thing to do. Here's this day that is so special and sacred to many, many people around the world. And this can be a great way to show compassion and humanity on this special day. And you can get a tarot reading, which just shows you are, I don't know what that shows, but
it shows you're
rebel.
You get excellent taste in tarot readers. That's what it shows.
So you can get a tarot reading from me and the Love Witch. What are you going to be doing for us divination-wise today?
I'm going to pull a bonus tarot card this week from this really fun neon tarot deck that I've been working with all week. I've been so obsessed with this because it's just like so much joy in these colors. So
oh my gosh, I love it.
And you can't get away from it.
I'm going to be... Yeah. I'm going to be working with the Silver Acorn Tarot, but we have a little bonus, a special Easter bonus, which is I got this Meowmancy spinner from Datura Trading, and it's basically a cat divination system. You spin the wheel and you get a little extra message. So we'll be doing that for everybody as well as doing a tarot reading. So you're going to get tarot reading, bonus tarot card, and Meowmancy on top of everything else. Deck I'm going to be using today is the Silver Acorn Tarot by Stephanie Buscema. I did the guidebook. I wrote the guidebook of this deck. There's my name right there. Stephanie designed it. I just wrote the guidebook and as a help to people that want to know what the cards mean. We've got these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous cards. Beautiful, amazing, gorgeous deck. So I'll be, is it upside down? Sorry, upside down. I'll be using that for today. And the Meowmancy spinner, we'll do that too for everyone. So everyone, if you would like to get a reading, yeah, Meowmancy, I know, right? If you would like to get a reading, the readings are $10 per card. So you can get a 1-card reading for $10, 2-card reading for $20, 3-card reading for $30, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, no limit, as many cards as you want. We're happy to take those donations and pass them along to our friends at Sabotan Harbor. Let me explain what we're doing, as a matter of fact. What are we doing here? I will tell you. Oops. Hold on just a second. Got to set it up. All right. Here's what we're doing here. All righty. This is called Tarot for Kindness. And what Tarot for Kindness is our fundraiser every Sunday to help feed seniors in Ukraine who are suffering in the full-scale invasion. Our partners at Sabotan Harbor provide 2 weeks of groceries for about $40 for over 200 seniors each month. So your money is going directly to buy those groceries. In fact, Sabotan Harbor is it's a grassroots organization. It's just a handful of people doing this amazing, beautiful work. And we do the readings. You guys make the donations. 100% of your donation goes over to Sabotan Harbor. And we do this every Sunday after the Q&A or our workshop around 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. We stick around until all the readings are done. It can be an hour, it can be an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours that we sit here and do these readings. It's just however many donations we get, that's how long we stick around. If you want to get notified when we go on and start this, do Tarot for Kindness, simply go to youtube.com/Madam Pamita. That's my account. subscribe and hit the notifications bell, and then you'll get a little gentle notification whenever we go live. I want to tell you something, that those notifications are really quite unobtrusive. It's not like you're going to be bombarded with some loud alarm or something like that. You'll either get a thing on your phone that will like pop up and say that we've gone live, or if you're on your computer, you'll get a little window that will come on and say that we're going live. So it's very unobtrusive, and it'll just be a nice reminder if you are on your phone or on your computer that you can join in here. If you want to donate and you want to get a reading, all you have to do is donate on Venmo, PayPal, or Super Chat. Super Chat is the little $ button down below here on YouTube. The links to Venmo and PayPal, and I guess just Venmo and PayPal, are at the top of the chat here, so you can see those up there. Once you made your donation, $10 per card, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever donation you made, come back over here and then go into the chat. Let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. And then we'll answer your question. It could be a general reading to see what's happening in the week ahead. It could be a reading about a specific question. It can be anything. These are great for a little check-in if you have a little question, but you don't want a full reading for 15, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You just have a little question. This is a great chance to do that. And you're helping these seniors in Ukraine. So right now we have 4 people lined up: Vivian, and then Devon, and then Judy. Oh my gosh, Judy, thank you. Judy's like my bestie. So Seasick Music. Thank you guys. If you'd like to get your reading in, you can go make those donations. Click on the links in the top of the chat, make your donation, and come back here and let us know how much you donated, where you donated, and what your question is. All right, so shall we go? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so Vivian.
Sorry, I'm multitasking. I'm responding to someone's live chat on parlorofwonders.com right now.
What?
So I'm responding to somebody on Parlor of Wonders chat who had an important question. So, but let me pull up Vivian's question.
Oh yeah, when you have, you know what? That's the thing I want you guys to know. When you go to the Parlor of Wonders, I see it coming up on mine too. And when you go to the Parlor of Wonders, and you see that little chat button, it's not AI, it's us answering. When I say us, I mean 99% of the time it's the Love Witch, and 1% of the time it's me. I did answer one this week. Somebody wrote in and you didn't answer, so I said, "Oh, I bet you're out having fun or you're sleeping." So
I was probably sleeping.
yeah. All right. So Vivian says, "I'm back. I'm going to donate 30, and I just want to know what is next for me in love and life. I wanted a full reading, but I just didn't have time to schedule it. Maybe next time I'm back." Okay. All right. Let's take a look again. Excellent. Excited for these beautiful cards. Thank you so much for your donation. It's a wonderful, generous thing to do. It's a really, me guys, I love a reading for you, and I love that you get a reading and I can give you a reading, but really your generosity, it blows me away, So grateful to you. So grateful for you. All right. Okay, here's what I see. First card is the 10 of Swords. Like, what is love and life? 10 of Swords is turning a page. I think of the 10 of Swords of being very boundaried. We think of Swords energy as like clear boundaries. Just like when you take scissors and you cut something, you really cut an edge, right? It's not like tearing something, you're cutting something. And a sword cuts through. So I think of this as being very boundaried. When it comes to love and life, there's an ending that's happening and a brand new beginning. 10 of Swords energy is turning the page. You're ending one cycle and beginning a new one. I mean, probably, Vivian, because you're going to be moving, right? You're moving to another country. It really has an energy of like new beginnings. It's interesting because 10 of Swords often is like you're going and you're not gonna have to come back or go back to the old life that you had, right? So I think of this, as you're going forward, it's like, what is your blank page and what would you like to write on that blank page? We were talking earlier with Vivian in the Q&A, and we were talking, I was saying how amazing she is as a manifester and a creator and a magical practitioner, right? And so when you have a blank canvas or when you have a blank page, you get to write anything on it. You get to create anything on it. So I think of this move that you're doing as being a real, there's a real boundary there. Like you're leaving behind your life in your old town and you're moving to your new life in your new town. And when you move to that new life, you're going to have, it's like a beautiful blank canvas that you get to paint on. So what would you like to paint on it? Right? What would you like in your life? What would you like your life to look like? What would you like your love life to look like? So set those intentions, put that into your magic spells, put that into your thoughts and your affirmations of what it is that you would like, because you have an opportunity here to end an old cycle that served you, but no, maybe no longer serves you, and to begin totally fresh. So beautiful. I have a feeling with this card showing up, it's not looking, of course, at long term. We're not looking at long term. But that energy of Ten of Swords is like, you're not going to go back to the old life that you used to have. You're not going to go back to, living in your old town. You're going to live in this new life. You're going to love it so much. You're not going to want to come back. So I love that. It's really, really good. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is that essence of adventure, that essence of really like I'm going on an adventure, which is the move. I think of that being really about the move. It's filled with passion and creativity. Again, this is a card of what I would say, all of the knights are very proactive. So how can you be proactive over the next coming weeks and next few months to create this life filled with passion? With the Knight of Wands, this is somebody also can be somebody coming into your life that's filled with passion, right? Filled with passion for you. And so this is like so much chemistry, so much like excitement and fun and optimism. It is lovely energy for a relationship. A Knight of Wands is somebody that will take you on an adventure, like someone that likes to travel, somebody that has lots of energy and creativity, and it's like a really lovely spark of fire that comes into your life with this energy. So I think of it as being a little bit you and a little bit that person who's coming in. Like attracts like. If you're optimistic, if you're creative, if you're adventurous, those are the people you're gonna meet, right? That's who you're gonna meet. So I think cultivating this within yourself and also looking for that person who's a match for that, right? They say I'm diminishing this phrase a little bit. Be the change in the world you want to see, right? Obviously, that's about being the 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 progressive, wonderful, loving human being that is like compassionate and enlightened, that of course that we want to see in the world, because that's what we want to see in the world. But I think of it also in the micro sense of like, what do we want to attract? Then we need to be that, right? That's like foundational magic. Be the thing that you want. Like the real, this totally makes me think of this. The real kind of mundane version of this is dress for the job that you want to have, right? You want to be a fashion icon, Love Witch. I want to be a farmer. We're dressing for the jobs we want. I want to be a beekeeper. That's why I'm dressed like this. I should be wearing a bee suit right now. So I think of this as being that energy. Like you want to bring in, like be the thing that you want to attract, right? If you want a vibrant, energetic, optimistic person, then be that person yourself and you'll attract that. So good. Queen of Swords energy. Okay, Vivian, I think we have talked about this before. Queen of Swords energy is writing, right? And why do I feel like deja vu that you've had this card come up and we've talked about you having like writing a book or writing something or writing articles or writing writing things. I don't know if that has happened or is happening, or you're still thinking about it, or it's brewing in the background, but Queen of Swords energy is the communicator, like stepping up into your power and your queenly energy, and also really sharing that energy, sharing your knowledge, sharing your wisdom. So, what do you want to write? It could be a blog, it could be, a dissertation, it could be, it could be a book, it could be magazine articles, it could be journal articles, it could be research things that you're publishing. I mean, anything. So think about what it is that you want to communicate. It could be career, it could be nothing to do with career. It could be writing a fiction novel, it could be writing a handbook on manifestation, since you are amazing at it. Right? It could be
I
anything.
would read it.
Yeah. So that's what I see for you. That's what I see for you. Big change, but like glorious new fresh beginnings, filled with love and fun and excitement and all of that energy of the Knight of Wands. I love it. So yeah, what do you have for Vivian?
The same. I have Ace of Cups, right? All about that new abundance, wonderful, overflowing, good energy. So I think there's lots of wonderful choices all around for you, and you just need to spend your time doing things that fill your cup up until your cup is overflowing. So yeah, anything that really makes your heart sing and just feels great. Now is a brand new chapter for you, and it's time to start writing stories that begin with you doing those things, right? So instead of you stressing or fighting or dealing with whatever drama, this is the time in your life where you get to really soak it up and do things that make you feel like you're just overflowing with joy so that you have enough to share with others. And I know you already do a lot of that sharing with others, so it's time to really fill your cup back up so that there's plenty to share.
I love
Yeah, I love this for you. And this too, for me, it's funny that you were talking about writing because my mind, when I pulled this, went straight to journaling. So start writing about your days so that you can look back and be like, oh, that was a really good day. I did feel really good there. Let's see what I was doing that day. So that you can start to identify what these things are. I think sometimes, we can know what things we like and know what brings us joy or pleasure, but it can start to feel a little far away from us if we're not doing it all the time, right? So go redo those things that you love that you haven't done in a while. But yeah, I'm so excited for you. What an exciting new chapter.
Yeah. I also think of like what is so good and what could be good for you is really writing about spiritual, because it's cups, energy, writing about your spiritual practice as your
Mm-hmm.
journal focus, maybe
Yeah.
would be really good. All right, so let's do the Meow Man C. All right, so we're doing Meow Man C extra bonus for everyone. So this Meow Man C board comes from Datura Trading Company, and it is amazing. I bought it because I couldn't resist, because it was like this vintage looking black cat. But more than that, it's a spinner. And if you can see, there's different cats and different numbers, right? So different cat shapes, silhouettes. All right. So Vivian, I'm going to hold it flat so we don't influence it in any way. I'm going to spin for you, Vivian, and we're going to see what we get. Okay. I would love to show you the spin, you guys. I'll show you the spin. Okay, you got 15. Let's see. There's 15, right? You're just on the border. And let's see what 15 is
And here's a
for
link
you.
to get your own Meowmancy spinning board if anyone is
Oh,
interested, which
there
I'm
you go, if you want to get one.
now.
15 is chill kitty. Rest is not laziness. It is preparation for greatness. Relax and consider your options. That's a
Yeah.
really good message when you're busy moving and doing all the things that you're doing. Make sure you're getting some chill downtime. Chill kitty says so. Look at that. All right, you guys. If you want a reading and a Meowmancy spin on my Meowmancy board, all you have to do is go to YouTube. Brain. You have to go to PayPal or Venmo or Super Chat. Make your donation $10 per card, one card reading, two card reading, three card reading, whatever you want, but it's $10 per card. Let us know then in the chat where you made your donation, how much you donated, and what your question is. All right. Excellent. Okie doke. Next, we have Devon. Devon, yes, Devon. Devon is a regular here at our, yes, feeding a full granny. Yes, $40 feeds a senior for 2 weeks. And Devon, you are amazing. You come up and you're like our regular here at our Cheers bar. We know your order. You want to see the week ahead. Thank you so much, Devon. And we're going to spin for you, and you're going to get an extra card. Let's see. All right. What does the week ahead look like? Oh, I love it. Excellent. I feel like this is a problem solving week. Like things kind of get interestingly resolved. I see like problem resolution, problem resolution. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, our first card is the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands means you got a lot of irons in the fire this week. A lot of things, a lot of projects, a lot of things that you're working on, and you're capable of doing it. But often when we see Ten of Wands, it's like, oh, I'm so exhausted. I'm working so hard. I'm doing so many things. When we see Ten of Wands, the solution is either to say no to things so that you don't get overwhelmed with too many things, or to be able to delegate something. And that second one is what I see here. There is some Page of Swords energy, which is somebody who is a helper, who is an assistant, who comes in and helps you with the chores and the tasks and the obligations that you have. So I would look for this person. Air sign energy, just like you, air sign energy could be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, or be one of their big three, or they exude that energy of that air sign energy. Air sign energy people are amazing communicators. They are very social. They're very smart, and they're wonderful multitaskers. So I feel like there's somebody that's coming in this week that's going to help you with some things. Oftentimes, page energy means somebody who's a little junior to you or a little younger than you that is like up and coming, right? So this is a person who is assisting you, right? You're going to be the one in charge, but they're assisting you or they're helping you. And I just love seeing that energy of like immediately when I see this, I'm like, oh, Devon, you got so much on your plate. And Page of Swords is like, yeah, but you've got somebody there that can help. Now, also swords energy means asking. So you might have to ask the person to help you. They might volunteer. They might see that you're needing help and volunteer, but it could also mean, because it's swords energy, that you need to ask them for the help that you need. Hey, I could use some help with this and that and the other thing, and get their assistance and delegate. That's what it is. You'll get everything done, and that shared experience of working together on something with someone is also very bonding. Like it's a really good way, maybe to have a new friendship, or to really feed an existing relationship and make it feel really lovely. So just look for that helper this week. You need to help, right? The other thing that I see going on this week, and it probably relates if we look at it, is like Five of Wands energy, where there's a feeling of like a little disorganization, like things not being organized, or not everything is like coordinated. People may not be coordinated. There may be like not a lack of communication, that people not communicating what they're doing, and so then you're doing the work and they're doing the work, and now you could have not done that work because they're doing it. That kind of stuff usually shows up with Five of Wands energy. It's just lack of coordination, lack of communication. But look at the solution. We've got the exact opposite, which is Eight of Wands, which is all coordination. So you look how like these wands are like all different directions. And then the Eight of Wands, we have all of them flying together in one direction. So I do think that part of your spiritual work this week is to like coordinate people, to be the person that like maybe is even in that leadership role that says, okay, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this, and that project management element, right? That project management element. So I love seeing this. I love seeing like problem solution, problem solution. That's what you do this week. It's so really, really clear that like whatever is going on, not only do you handle it, but you handle it in a way that is super efficient. The 8 of Wands is like everything flying very quickly, moving very quickly toward a goal because everybody is on the same page. Everybody's working toward that goal. And so I really see this being what you accomplish this week. So it's going to feel like you're going to see this mountain in front of you. You're going to be like, ugh. But what I do see is like at the end, you conquer that mountain. You absolutely, and do it beautifully. And you'll feel so proud of yourself by the end of the week. I love that. So thank you so much, Devon. Thank you. What do you have for Devon?
I have the Knight of Swords. So I think this is definitely about somebody being able to come in this week and help to assess the situation at hand and help to get things done fast, right? I think this is really fast. This is somebody coming in the early part of the week. So really don't be afraid to ask for help and to let them know where the help is needed. People can come in and just start helping, but not really know what they're doing and create more problems than they're solving. So be really clear with what help you want and what that help is going to look like. And yeah, I think with this card, I always get just such like clear energy, right? So like the road in front of me is clear, the path to success is clear, the things I want are clear in front of me. I just got to go grab them. So feel that clarity this week and go get it.
Yeah, Devon says that makes so much sense for what I'm expecting this week. Yep. So let's see what our Meowmancy kitty has to say. Little extra message for you on our Meowmancy board. All right, so I'm going to spin. I'm going to spin upright and see what happens, just for the heck of it, because I think I think it's balanced. Like it won't stop like on the bottom, right? But let me check. If it does, I'll do it flat. But I just want you guys to see how cool this is. Oh, see, it didn't stop on the bottom. And it stopped on number 25. 25. Okay. 25. Let's see what that means. 25 is the grumpy cat. Positive thinking is for idiots. You're allowed to be grumpy this week, Devon. Annoyance can lead to action. Don't suppress your claws to keep others comfortable. This is like, I think, a really good thing. It's like, if you need help, you got to ask for it. It's like, grumpy cat is like, oh, I'm looking at these things and it's making me grumpy. But it's also saying do something, right? We know what to do with the cards. I love that you got grumpy cat. Oh my gosh, Mystical Misty says, I already totally ordered a Meowmancy board. Thanks for introducing these. I love it. All right, Datura Trading, I want a commission. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I know. There's like, who doesn't want this? They're so cute. He makes amazing, amazing spinner boards of all kinds, but I just couldn't resist this one. Looks like a vintage, cat from the 1920s. So cool, right? Okay, Devon, you're going to be grumpy, but it's okay to be grumpy. You're allowed to be grumpy.
And most brilliant ideas or great products or solutions to problems, right? So have some problems this week. Cause some problems.
Well, I mean, I think you're really going to solve those. I mean, like, it's really clear in the reading that you're going to like come up with great solutions, but you just also need help. Like I feel like the grumpiness can often come, I'm going to speak for myself. When I feel like I'm the only one doing anything and I'm feeling like not supported, I can get very grumpy. So you need to ask for support. That's the answer, right? So.
For me, it's when I'm hungry, so remember to eat too.
Oh, yeah.
My cats are the same way, right? Like, ooh, Miss Tammy will start a fight so fast if she hasn't been fed.
She's also trained you.
Yeah, they have.
If I fight, I'll get fed. So I'm going to fight because I get fed. Thank you so much, Devon. Thank you. Judy. Thank you so much, Judy. Oh my gosh. We've got Judy, Seasick Music, Misty, Jessica, and Adrija. If you'd like to get a reading, just go to those links at the top of the comments, the top of the chat, and make a donation on Venmo, PayPal, or on Super Chat, then come into the chat. Let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. All right.
This is Judy, right?
Judy's blanks. Yeah, that's Judy. Hello, team. That's Judy. Judy's beautiful, amazing blanket company that is like super luxury, high-end blankets. I've got. Well, they're over in the basket over there. I do have a pillow from Blanks here. This gorgeous knitted pillow. It's gorgeous, beautiful pillow. Yeah, it's beautiful. To help a senior for feed a senior. Madam Pemita, you know my question. Okay. Question is about business and money. That's always Judy's question, I'm guessing, right? Am I right, Jude? Let's see. Oh, I love it. I love it. Your first card is Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles shows a little pumpkin knight, and he is holding a gold coin. When I see Knight of Pentacles, and the question is, what do I do? Like, what do I need to do, right? The Knight of Pentacles says, do what you're doing, you're going to get there, right? Do whatever, like you're on the path. Don't make big changes. Don't jump onto some new thing. Just keep going. You're going to get there. That's the encouragement of the Knight of Pentacles. Like if you want to hold that gold coin in your hand, stick with what you've already planned. Stick with the plan that you have. You're going to get there. I also see, with Knight of Pentacles energy, it's good money in your hand, and it's like building something long term, and really like there's a quality of the Knight of Pentacles that's like, you see those fields, those rows and the fields in the background, right? So it's also like building something that will regenerate, like that will generate money, and then like a field generates the plant that then gives seed, and then you plant the seeds next year, and so it's like ongoing generation of wealth when I see the Knight of Pentacles. So stick with your plan, keep going where you're going, whatever you have your sights on. This is telling you you have your sights on the right thing. The next card we have is Four of Swords. So, sorry, Five of Swords. This is a deck that. So, Five of Swords can sometimes be like, it can mean like to strategize, like you want to strategize properly. Don't go into something without a strategy, which also makes sense in light of this. You've got like a good strategy. So the Knight of Pentacles says, keep going, but be strategic. Five of Swords is saying, be strategic. If you try something and it doesn't work the way you were hoping it would work, tweak it. Try a little bit different. You don't need to make big changes. Knight of Pentacles is not making giant changes, but tweaking and refining are Five of Swords. So when you try something, if it doesn't work, change one element of it and see if that works. If that doesn't work, change another little element and see if that works. It's these small tweaks and refinements that are going to get you where you need to go. It's strategy, right? And I know you're very strategic about your business. Yes. King of Swords. King of Swords energy. All right. Next two cards are King of Swords and Queen of Cups. I see big clients coming for you with King of Swords. That is high level clientele. King of Swords energy are people that you communicate with. So make sure that you're doing your communication, your emails, your calls, your meetings, all of those things. That's going to be helpful. But I do see like very soon these high level meetings, high level people. We also have Queen. So there's more than one, because Queen of Cups is this, I would say, is the King of Swords is somebody who is ready to buy, but it's pretty matter of fact about things. Like they're looking at, again, they're a strategizer themselves, and this is a strategy. But then we have the Queen of Cups energy, which is somebody that loves your product, loves what you're doing, is like very emotional. So we have someone very logical and we have another person very emotional, but two big clients coming up, two big opportunities coming up for you. So there you go. What do you have for Miss Judy?
I have the Empress. I think there's a very powerful woman leading Judy's business, and if you want that powerful woman to be good to you, Judy, you got to be good to her. And if that woman is you, that means you need to be taking care of yourself this week. And I know it is. So take care of yourself this week, and remember your authority, right? Like you got to where you are because you make good decisions and because you know your shit. So don't forget that. Don't doubt that. Have that confidence and that self assuredness that got you to where you are. And if anybody tries to question that or comes at you with a deal that you know is not for you, just say that's not for me, and then you're gonna get what you want. But yeah, take care of yourself this week. Be good to Mama, and Mama will be good to you.
Yeah, I love that. All right, Meow Mancy board. Let's spin the Meow Mancy board and see what we get for Judy. We got 11. 11. Let's see what 11 is. 11 is the destroyer. Some things are better knocked over than left alone. Destruction can be a form of communication. Interesting. So is there something that you need to like, maybe, right? Maybe in your business or something like that's no longer serving me. I'm going to knock it off the shelf, right? Perfect. I love that. Thank you so much, Judy. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Next, we have Seasick Music, then Misty, then Jessica, then Adrija, then Leslie. If you would like to get a reading, all you have to do. Oh, before we do that, let me make an announcement of something else that we've got going on here at Parlor of Wonders. Right before we came here, we were on our live magic Q&A tea party. If you have questions about magic, come to the free live magic Q&A tea party. It doesn't cost anything. That's why it's free. It says free is in the name. And it's live. We do it live. We stream it on YouTube, but we do it live if you'd like to ask questions on Zoom. And if you want to get in on that, it takes place every Sunday except for the first Sundays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. And if you'd like to get the link to join us in the Zoom room and ask me questions about magic, just sign up at spellsquad.com. You will get the link and you can join me. Would love to see you there. All right. That's my little announcement. Let's go to our next reading. Our next
Before we go
reading.
on, I just wanted to mention we have all those great new candles on sale.
Oh my gosh.
The Cat and Dog Guardian Spirits candle.
We have some amazing new candles. You guys, we're going to be dropping new candles like weekly, maybe twice weekly. We've got so many new candles. These are our Cat and Dog Guardian Spirit spell candles. If you have a cat or a dog, or you just maybe a cat that's passed on or a dog that's passed on, maybe you want a cat or you want a dog. Maybe you want to protect your current pet, cat or dog. Then these are the candles. They're absolutely beautiful, little beautiful winged spirits, you say angels, with a cat. One has a cat, one has a dog. So check them out. Oh my gosh, new candles are here. Go to our new products. I should have put that in my announcements.
This will take you straight to that new products page. So you'll find the Guardian Spirit candles, all the new astrological candles, the car candles, so many great new ones that we've released recently. The rabbits.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so good.
Tons of
Perfect. Thank you. I need to make that in my announcements. I need to remember to do that. All right. So let's go on to our next reading, which is Seasick Music. Thank you so much, Seasick Music. I've been mode 10. There's somebody I work with, R, who has become increasingly unstable and aggressive. Would be grateful for any guidance on the best way to manage that relationship. Okay. I mean, the first thing I'd say is report them to HR. Like, do something practical, right? If you can. All right, let's see what the cards have to say. The card has to say. Oh, Magician card came up. So what you need to do, you need to do magic about this, like work on the spiritual realm about this. And I think of two things right away. Number one, protection oil, powerful protection oil on you when you go into work. Wear protection oil. This will make you not a target for this person. Number one. Number two, it will protect you from their energy, their negative energy. But there's a second oil I recommend too, which is peace and tranquility oil. If you want them to just calm down, if they're aggressive, unstable, not peaceful, then put that oil on something that they will touch, a doorknob, a drawer handle, whatever it is. Put a drop of that oil on your finger, put it on there with that blessing that they calm down and relax. Now, if that is not enough, because I don't know how extreme this is, instead of peace and tranquility oil, you could put vanishing oil and get them out of there. So that could be the other oil. But you need to do magic around this. The magician is showing up. You need to do some spiritual work around this. And the oils are really cost effective, great way to work, and great way to work on someone without them knowing it. So yeah, that's what I see. But you can manage this. I mean, I don't even know if you can report it to HR, if that's appropriate or an option for you, but I would do the practical thing too, you know, because they need to know there's something going on. So, yeah.
Yeah. Do the magical thing to then support your practical action so that
Yeah.
it goes even smoother.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I couldn't agree more. I pulled the Seven of Wands, so I think stand your ground, like know that you're in the right, and you gotta um, like really stand up for what's right. And I think this card to me especially says now is the time for action, right? Like, look, he's not even wearing the same shoes. He's left the house just with whatever he could find because now is the time for action. So I think, don't wait until the new moon or until you can get the like perfect candle. Work with what you have right now. I think get to work right away as soon as you can
Yeah.
because I see it only getting more unstable.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's spin our Meow Mancy board. Okay, we have 16. 16. Let's see what 16 is. Midnight Prowler. While others sleep, it is your time to ponder and plan. Now is not the time for you to be seen. Ah, okay. So this is like you need to do this magic in secret. Like, don't tell anybody you're doing this magic. Just do it. Put out that intention. Get that person out of there or peaceful, and you're self protected. That's what you need to do, and just do it. Yeah. So there you go. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much, Seasick Music. Next, we have Misty, then Jessica, then Adreja, then Leslie. If you'd like to get a reading, all you have to do is go to the top of the chat and you can see the links, PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat, which just is the button down below that looks like a dollar sign. Once you make your donation, it's $10 per card. 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine. Once you get that donation in, you let us know how much you donated, where you donated, and what your question is, and we'll do a reading for you. All right. So, oh, wonderful. Okay, wonderful. Glad it was helpful. Yeah. Ah, thank you. General reading. Thank you so much, Misty. Thank you. If you want to check out Misty, Misty has candles too, Mystical Misty candles. You can check them out. Gorgeous candles and other things like Madame Pamita oils and sachet powders and all kinds of things over there as well.
Oh my gosh, Misty has some. I don't know if you've seen this. I see it on social media, but I know I use your social media about as much as you do, so I might be the one seeing the post. But she has this wonderful gender affirming closet at her shop now, or like closet, yeah, for anybody. So anybody who needs it, and whatever part of North Carolina Misty's in, I'm blanking on it at the moment. But an area that is definitely very much needed. So thank you, Misty, for
A gender affirming closet.
Yeah, so if people need clothes to help them express their
Oh,
gender or feel more themselves, they can go there and find stuff. I'm guessing for free or very low cost. I think it's for free though. So yeah, really, really wonderful stuff they're doing
oh
over
my
there.
gosh, that's lovely. It's lovely.
Isn't that
I
great?
thought I was picturing something very different. I was picturing like you go in the closet and like there's a mirror that makes you look like the gender you want to be or something. I was like,
Maybe there is.
oh my gosh, that's wonderful. That's so wonderful, Misty. I mean, you are such a bright light, and really, I think it can feel really hard sometimes when you're that bright light in a place that's got a lot of hatred and prejudice and bias and other things going on. Obviously not everyone there, but it's kind of happening. And so, oh my gosh, Raleigh. Um, yes, gender affirming closet for the trans community, a free resource for them in the Raleigh area. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And but just like your courage of, I say, like in these times when it's difficult to be, oh my gosh, it's just difficult to be. I mean,
Yeah.
let's just say that, But
That.
when you are, helping and being that light, it is like you don't even know the profound ripple effect that has. So
Hmm.
even if somebody, is trans, but they're not out yet, by you having this service or by you promoting this service, you're helping them to feel safe and seen, So I
Yeah.
think this is like such, like this is what we have to do, like just these small things. That's not a small thing, but just like doing things that can help people,
Yeah.
and help people feel seen and feel understood and feel safe and supported. It's a huge deal. So
Mhm. Yeah. And, I think, especially in places like North Carolina, people don't necessarily associate that with like where a lot of trans people live. And I think a lot of trans people leave those places or are very closeted because they're afraid. But when you build spaces for them in North Carolina, they find it and build such beautiful communities. And I worked at a bakery in Charlotte, North Carolina, who had just like several trans people on the staff, and then all of a sudden there were all these trans people hanging out there, and like it was such a beautiful little community of people supporting each other in a place that really, really needed it. So that would have never happened if those people working at like the front of that bakery hadn't been really visible and been really supportive of each other, and it made people feel comfortable and like they could come there and it was a safe place. So it warms my heart so much knowing that Misty's doing this in the Raleigh area because I come from that area and I know how much people need it there. And even people that never actually come in and use the service, like Manpin were saying, it doesn't mean they're not touched by it or moved by it or feel supported by it.
yeah.
And even people who are very far away, like me, feel really relieved that that exists. So thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I think it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful thing. So yeah, we just gotta. That's what we gotta focus our energy on. Is like what are the small things that we can do? I mean, there's big, big, big problems, but we can do small things, and if enough of us do small things, we can make a difference. Right? That is true. All you have to do is make a difference in one person's life, right? And your spiritual assignment here is done. If you do any more than one, gravy, that's wonderful. But,
Tracy.
really, that one person that gets their gender affirming clothing or just knows that it exists it's huge. It's huge.
It's amazing how small the world is too, because we have a client named Tiffany who found us through Misty, and I was on Tiffany's social media and I saw she was teaching a sound bath in Lake Gaston, and I googled the address of where she was teaching the sound bath, and it's across the street from a post office where my mom almost went into labor with me. So, and I come
What?
from nowhere. Like my hometown has like thousands of people, right? So,
Oh
really,
my
really fun
gosh.
coincidences, and yeah, nice reminders that like we're all ending up right where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah, so good. It's so good. um All right. So week ahead is what we're looking at. Week ahead, week ahead, week ahead. All right. So the first card that I have for you is the Chariot card. This is a great card about your own mastery, your own ability to drive things forward. Often when I think of the Chariot card, I think of like open roads energy, like that energy of like there's no blocks. So I think that it's important for you right now to like plan a destination. Now, Of course, chariot card could be literal. It could mean planning a trip or planning a road trip and having that road trip go really smoothly. But it can also be like your plans for yourself or your business or your dreams, right? Where you're thinking about like, where do I want to be? Like, what is it is my goal? Sometimes, I mean, if you're like me, I'm kind of just like very in the moment of like, hey, oh, this is catching my eye, or I'd like to do this. I don't often get into like super detailed plans and going forward. Sometimes I'll have a vision of something. But when I do that, things accelerate. Things will move, things will change and positively change when you have that. So just remember that you can really set a destination. It doesn't mean that you end up there or you're committing to it, but just to get going in a certain direction, it could be really helpful. So if you feel like you need some extra oomph or some movement or something like that, that's what you need to do. Have your plan. So there's so many things it could be. It could be, I want to be making a certain dollar amount every month or every year. Or it could be, I want my business to have this, or I want to, I have this personal wish that I have. Maybe I have a house in mind that I'd like to live in, or a goal that I'd like to achieve. So have the vision of it. And this is a great time to start on that path, right? Second card, like you've got lots of good energy for success because we've got the Seven of Wands next, which is a card we saw earlier, the Rider-Waite-Smith version. This is the card of like, even in competitive situations, you can come out on top. So I think one of the things that is, and I know you, Missy, and I know how you are, you're not a competitive person, right? You're not a person that's comparing and despairing or any of that. It's certainly important to like think of this as like your personal best. What is your personal best? This card, he's on top of a kind of a mountain. He's standing on a mountain with a stream on it, right? So when Okay, think about a mountain climber. There's some people that climb mountains, they want to be the first, or they want to have some kind of recognition and some publicly. But for the vast majority of mountain climbers, it's not about making a record or being the first one. It's about their own personal experience. I want to say that I climbed this mountain. I want to be able to, have that as my own personal accomplishment. So I think about that energy for you. Like, what do you want to accomplish? What is it that you want to achieve? So it could be setting an intention for this year, or setting intentions for a 2-year plan or 5 or a 10-year plan. What is it that you would like to achieve? It is really for you. It is not in competition with anybody else. It's like, what do I want? What do I want to achieve? Then we have the lovely Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands says you have everything that you need to succeed. But the ingredient that you really want to bolster is your belief in yourself that you can do it. So I think of this as being very clear. It's set goals. Your path is open. You're ready to move forward. Get into that personal best. What is it that you want to achieve? And then believe that you can do it, because you can. So that's the secret sauce here. All right. What do you have, Love Witch?
First, I have a free resource that I want to share. This isn't something that we made or that we make any money off of, but there's this meditation. It's a free meditation on a free app called Insight Timer that I use not all the time. I save it for when I really need it. But it's called like Call In Clients in Abundance for Soul-Based Entrepreneurs. It's very specific, and I'm going to send it to you too because you'll love it. I'm putting it in the chat now. I think you need to listen to this meditation, Misty. Every time I've listened to it, within like 48 hours, a brand new client is booked with me. And then when I have the session, I'm like, whoa, this was handpicked out of my dreams of perfect match clients. So I think you really need to develop an idea of exactly what it is you want to call in, the client or the types of clients or the type of business or the type of customers, whatever. listen to that meditation or something similar, and then just watch them come your way. I can personally attest to that one. Some of my favorite clients came to me within just a few days of listening to it, so I know it works really well. The card I pulled for you is the Six of Pentacles, which goes back perfectly to what we were talking about earlier. This is about giving back and doing for those who are less fortunate, and that's exactly what you've been doing. So this is a message that you need to keep up that work. The universe sees what you've been doing, and it's putting some like good karma in your backpack for you to redeem at a later date. So when things get tough later on, you can cash this in whenever you need it. So keep doing the things you're doing, even if you're not seeing immediate returns from them or seeing money from them. It doesn't mean that it's not adding to your bank of like I don't like
Goodwill and good karma.
yeah, your get out of jail free cards that you have a stack of. That's what makes you a witch, right? So this is adding to that good stack of nice cards that you have. So yeah, remember that all these selfless things you're doing are also going to benefit you in the long run. So keep doing them.
Yeah.
And I think
All
too,
right.
one last thing.
Yes.
It's important to be a light, and it's really hard to be a light when you're like the only light in your area, or like the only light in the dark. That just means it's all that much more important for you to keep being that light, and it's going to inspire other lights to activate. So like, stay on.
Yeah. Yeah. Get support from your, community. If there's two other people that, are supportive, like, call on them or call on your witches around the country that are also, fighting the good fight, right? So that can be like that support, so that you feel that sense of I'm not alone in this, because it can feel really lonely. I'm even in a big liberal. I'm in a liberal town in a liberal city in a liberal state, and I sometimes like go. I got like signs up on my house. I've got bumper stickers on my car, and I'm like, am I the only one that's like I can even feel like that in this environment, because I feel like, why is nobody else like marching and getting active and doing things like so? Not that I'm condemning anybody, but I just sometimes feel like I'm activated, whereas everyone else is activated, and like ready to like fight this, So
I
yeah,
thought the other day when I was flipping off Cybertrucks, I was like, "Where's everybody else flipping these people off?"
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, let's spin the Meowmancy board for Misty. Okay, what did we end up with? 25 again. Is that the grumpy cat? I think that's grumpy cat. We had 25, didn't we? Grumpy cat. You're allowed to be grumpy. Positive thinking is for idiots. Not really, but annoyance can lead to action, right? If you're annoyed by this, like let your annoyance activate you. You're very active. Don't suppress your claws to keep others comfortable. That's a good one, right? Speak out, right? Speak out. Do your thing. Don't change for anybody. That's like important, right? It's important. All right, you guys. Thank you so much, Misty. All right, next is Jessica, then Adrija, then Leslie. If you would like a reading, you can get one. All you have to do is go to Venmo or Venmo, Venmo or PayPal, Venmo or PayPal, and make a donation, $10 per card. 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine. Let me make a couple little more announcements. Can I make a couple announcements before we jump on to the next one? All right, so let's get our announcements board. All right. Oh, you know what I want to share with you guys? The Gemini New Moon Unicorn Wishes spell is here. Oh my gosh. Do you want to manifest stuff? This is your spell. Oh my gosh. It is mystical. It's magical. It's for manifesting your biggest dreams. The thing about the unicorn is this, what you guys may or may not be getting, is that unicorns are like this fantastical thing, right? So when we use the energy of a unicorn, in this case, the unicorn's horn, the most magical part of the unicorn, right? No unicorns were harmed in the making of this spell, by the way. But it's like activating anything is possible. So this spell is not for, I just don't think it's quite the right thing if you have a kind of mundane wish. If your wish or your desire is for something that is pretty doable, it may be a different spell would be good for that. But if you have like big dreams, big desires, things that people are like, you're never going to do that. You're never going to have that. This is that spell. This is the one. You need to get this spell to get those things activated like anything is possible. Gemini. Gemini's in the house. Devon, anyone else? Gemini is a sign of magic, imagination, and trusting in the universe to bring us our good fortune. Geminis are very optimistic people. This is the only time we are offering this exclusive unicorn horn candle. So you got to grab it before it flies away. And there's three ways that you can grab it. One is with the New Moon Spell Kit. Another way is with the New Moon Spell Kit and workshop where you can come and join me and you can we can put our candle spells together as a group. It's really fun. We do it over Zoom. Or you can have the New Moon Group Spell Service where I will light this candle for you on my altar along with the master candle. And you will have your own personal candle that I will do for you. So some people can't light a candle, they're traveling, or they don't feel confident in doing candle magic. You can have me do it. So those are your options: spell kit and workshop, or group spell service. This candle closes on May 13th. So you have a few more weeks, but don't delay and don't forget about it because once it's gone, it's gone. And our new moon is on May 26th. If you want to find out more, go to newmoonspells.com. And by the way, you can subscribe and save on the spell kits, the spell kit and workshop, or the group spell service. So another thing to keep in mind. Oops, let me tell you about this one too. Familiar divination. Our May 13th full moon workshop is animal familiar divination. Animals have been used for guidance since before recorded history. I talk about it in my book, The Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars. They were seen as objective seers into the future. So, in this workshop, we will discover the ways that animals in the wild can provide omens to guide you, as well as the ways that the pets in your life can be included in your divination practice. Go to fullmoonworkshops.com to find out more. Okay, there'll be more announcements soon, but that's all I'm going to do right now. All right, let's get to our next reading. Jessica, then Adrija, then Leslie. All right, Jessica. Thank you so much, Jessica. 4-card reading, $40. We were just blessed with a little love bug. Otis, a rescue black pug. Anything to know for him spiritually? Oh, I love it. A little black dog is very magical. Oh my gosh, could be your familiar. Could be a familiar. You have to see. It takes time to figure and discover if an animal is your familiar or if they're your animal friend or ally. But yeah, let's see. Otis. Love that. Oh, oh, I love that. Oh my gosh. So cute. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. This dog is very special. Card I pulled up is 9 of Swords, and 9 of Swords is a card about anxiety, worry, sadness, like energy. What I feel like is number one, you guys saved each other. I think he was really sad where whatever situation he was in was not a happy situation, and you saved him from that really unhappy situation. I also think that he's, going to make you very happy. And if you have anxiety or worry, I mean, he can really be this emotional support animal that really helps to calm your anxiety or your sadness, can alleviate that. It's one of the things you're going to do for each other is to make each other happy, to really alleviate that. I just love that right away. I was like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. King of Cups energy. Oh, so sweet. I don't know if you know his birthday, but he could be a water sign or have water in his chart, which would be Scorpio, Cancer, or Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. I'm blanking. Um, that energy is so sweet and so loving. This is such loving energy, and he really is looking for, I mean, you guys are going to be his forever home, his forever people. I mean, this is like a very committed, very, very loyal card. When I see that king energy, he's going to be, you are his people. Like, I think he manifested you guys coming, really, honestly. Very magical, bringing this love to you, like so much unconditional love. I mean, that's most dogs, they really do bring that, but I feel like he's got an extra dose of it with that King of Cups energy. Not only that, Ace of Cups. Look at Ace of Cups. Pure essence of love coming from him. And this is like this new love in your life. He's definitely magical, but my husband, I fell in love immediately, right? I mean, of course, King of Cups, Ace of Cups. This is like your new baby. This is your new love in your life. There's so much of your own heart that is overflowing with love and joy and happiness and all of those good emotions. I also feel like with King of Cups and Ace of Cups energy that there's a real spiritual element to him, that he may be there to like teach you, to be a teacher, or to be that like to open up a spiritual practice in some way. He may be wanting to do like work with you magically, be a familiar. There definitely is that option there. And also to Knight of Wands energy, full of life, optimism, fun, just a very positive dog, a very optimistic dog. Love the Knight of Wands energy. He might want to have some adventures. So I don't know if there's a dog park or trails that you can take him on. In my book, that which is Guide to Animal Familiars, I have a whole chapter about dogs, and one of the things I talk about are sniffaris. A sniffari is a safari where your dog gets to smell things, right? There's where you can find out about my book. So you could take him on a sniffari where he gets to like look and smell and experience things, and you just follow him wherever he goes. That is such a fun practice to do, to just let him take the lead rather than keeping him on the path or keeping him on the trail, as long as it's safe for him to do so. Just let him wander and go, and you follow along and see where he takes you. It's a wonderful practice to do, but he needs a little, like, I think after he gets settled, he needs a little excitement and adventure in that really good kind of, like, just like the Knight of Wands, traveling to exotic lands. He needs to go to some new places. So don't just take him on the same walk every day. You can take him on his regular walk if you have like a certain path that you go on, but once in a while, take him off the beaten path into this new adventure. He's going to love it so much. It's just going to be beautiful. So I love that you guys are like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Like, you are there for each other to alleviate anxiety, worry, depression, sadness, all of those things for each other. What a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing. You've done such a good thing adopting too. I love that so much. So, yeah.
Update here or here.
Oh, we went on an adventure to the river today. P.S. Your book inspired me to look into getting a pet. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love that, Jessica. I love that. Yeah. An adventure to the river today. Perfect. 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 Love that. All right. Love Witch, what do you have for Jessica and her Otis?
I have the Queen of Wands, which is perfect because here we have a magical animal shown right here on this card. It's a cat on the card, but cat, dog, they're all magical creatures. So yeah, I think he is here to make some magic with you for sure. He wants to play some magical fetch. So I think, something I do with my cats, and you can do this with him too, is I like brainstorm with them. I tell them about the things I'm manifesting. I tell them about the things I'm dreaming of, and then I let them go find it for me, right? Dogs are even more known for playing fetch than cats. So let him know what you're looking for. But I think, too, let him guide you. Let him take you to some new and exciting places. Let him do some sniffomancy and pick the trail. I think you'll end up on some really magical places and some places that are good for your nervous system and are really calming and soothing. And finally, when I think of the Queen of Wands, I think of confidence. So I think he is there to provide you with like emotional support and confidence as well. Even if he's a small little dog, doesn't mean you can't feel like safer and more confident when he's around. So Yeah, allow
Yeah.
him to help
Yeah.
you, and you're helping him, and he appreciates it, and Artie loves you so much. And one last thing with this card, I always go straight to that sunflower. He's here to bring joy and positivity into your life, so let him shine light on what's fun.
100%. Okay, ready for your Meow Man C? Let's see what we got here. Oh, that wasn't a spin. Hold on. There we go. We've got 21. 21. 21 is feral feline. Don't allow a situation to tame or leash you. Stay wild and proceed on your own terms. I love that. Oh, it's so good. I mean, I think that there's something about animals that rewilds us. We talk about that. Even domestic animals can help us enter into their world. And that's such a powerful thing. So, really go back in my book and read about, like, I would even say, like, read the chapters on wild animals, because
Hmm.
even though he's domesticated, there's something there about you being wild, or him letting you break down those barriers of being tame in some way that, so lovely. Connecting with animals is just the best, the best. I love it.
You
Thank
know
you
what I
so
love so
much,
much about your
Jessica.
book, by the way, is that
What?
the spells are also versatile, right? So you don't have to just use the dog spells. You can use the wild animal spells or the cat spells. Most of those things you could do with a dog. Obviously,
Yeah.
some of them aren't going to make as much sense, but I love
Yeah.
that so much because, like, most of the animals in your book, I will never own or interact with. But like, I'm not going to make magic with most of those animals. But I got so many ideas for the magical animals that I do have relationships with.
Yeah.
I thought that was something really special about your book.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I really encourage, in the beginning of the book, I encourage people to adapt the spells, like read the whole book, not just the section on your animal, and then adapt the spells to your animal. So, like, there's things like I think of an example right now. Um, there's a fish spell for an aquarium, a fish in an aquarium, where you teach the fish to push a little ping pong ball around, right? You train the fish. You can train your fish to do this. And if you can use it as divination, right? Where you say, okay, if it goes to the left, it means no, and to the right, it means yes, or whatever you set up with the fish, right? So then you ask a question and see what the magic fish has to tell you. Well, why couldn't you do that with a dog,
Mm-hmm.
or a pet gerbil, or a cat? You can, like, put a ball down and they can put it in a direction. And so you could do that. So I think if you get a little bit creative and you start to think, like, hey, I could do this with my animal, even though I think a fish and a dog are pretty much the most far apart you can get, you can still take that spell from the fish section and apply it to your dog. So, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we all know that, or I know you and I know because we exchange videos of that cat that like draws cards, right? The Cards Against Humanity cards, right? So
Yeah.
get your dog to do a tarot reading for you.
Exactly, exactly. See what Otis has to say. It's so fun. And then I have a deck that's coming out in the fall this year. I have a deck that's coming out that is the familiar pocket oracle, which is about asking what you can do a reading for your dog, you can do a reading for your plant, you can do a reading for the crow outside, to find out what they need, right? To find out what they need. So you can use that as well, and you could have that fun with your pet with that deck, because the cards are nice and small. It's a little pocket oracle deck, and it's going to be so much fun. So look for that in the fall.
Can't wait.
All right. Yeah, me too. I can't wait to. All right, Adrija, and then Leslie. And if Leslie will be our last call, unless someone else comes in with a reading, if you'd like to get a reading. But before we do that, let me make some announcements. If you'd like to get a reading in, all you have to do is go to PayPal or Venmo. You'll see the links at the top of the chat. And then make a donation, $10 per card. 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine. And what else do I need to say about that? Oh, then come back into the chat. Let us know how much you donated, where you donated, and what your question is. A couple of announcements before we do that. Full moon workshops this year, for the rest of this year, are amazing. You should be here and doing these with me. May 13th, we'll be doing animal familiar divination. June, we'll be mastering prosperity magic. July, we'll be working with animal offerings and altars. August will be mastering curse reversals. September will be animal psychic communication. October, mastering success magic. November is animal familiar spells. December is the dark magic of winter. If you want to go to these classes, if they sound interesting to you, subscribe and you can save 25% off the individual price, and go to fullmoonworkshops.com to find out more. We also have our Slavic Sundays, the first Sunday of the month, and our Slavic Sunday for May is on May 4th. It is Motanka, the Slavic spirit doll. The motanka is a magical Ukrainian puppet. It's traditionally made from cloth and filled with herbs and charms. It is seen as a house for the ancestors and believed to bring good luck, healing, and protection to its owner. So, in this workshop, you will understand all about how to work with a motanka magically, and you will also learn how to craft your own motanka and how to invite your ancestors protection and love. We do have a motanka spell kit, so if you'd like to, you don't have the all the things you need to make this, or cloth, or embroidery floss and all that, we do have a kit that has the instructions that can tell you how to make it. But if you want to learn how to work with it magically, you can come to this workshop. So get the kit and the workshop and you'll be able to do it right away. Go to witchcraftworkshops.com and you can find out more about this class and all the Slavic Sundays workshops in 2025. In June, we'll be doing Vinok, the magical Slavic flower crown. Then we'll have Slavic water magic, Slavic wax pouring, talismanic embroidery, old Slavic spirits, the myth and magic of Baba Yaga, and Živivon Slavic living fire magic in December. Again, with these workshops, just like our full moon workshops, if you subscribe, you'll save 25% off. Go to witchcraftworkshops.com and you can find out more. All right. Let's go to our next reading. Adrija. Yes, Adrija.
Here it is.
Okay. 5-card reading. Can you please pick some cards on A, his energy is coming back? If yes. Okay, let's take a look. Let's see. Alrighty. Well, things are looking positive. It's interesting because about a month or so ago, we were looking at readings and it wasn't looking very good. And then all of a sudden, they started looking better and better. And I kind of feel like his energy has shifted. I think that's the difference, is that when we're looking at a reading, we're really looking at a path, something is going on. And is the path veering in a certain direction? And as it starts veering in that direction, we'll start seeing more cards that are leading us to that. So the first card I have here is the Chariot card. Chariot card is about open roads. There's some opening that's happening or something that's happening. And also, I think of this as this is absolutely a travel card. So it may be that there's a plan in his head, or he's thinking about traveling to near where you are. And as a result of that, he may be thinking about you more. It may not be that he's traveling to see you, but that he's traveling close enough that you start coming up in his mind, and he's like, oh, should I, make amends or restart that relationship because I'm going to be in town. So there's a travel element as the very, very first card. Next card is the Lover's card showing up. So there is an intention here of love. Now, is it a love that will be lasting? It remains to be seen. He's got some work to do to help you to trust him again. Absolutely. But the Lover's card energy is him thinking oh, well, I'm, going to be traveling. I'm going to be near Adrija. Maybe I need to start that relationship up again. Or maybe his experiences over the last few months have made him start to think about you more seriously, or regret things that he said or did, right? So there's something very positive in this, that Lover's card showing up. We also have 7 of Swords. Now, this is a card for you to be very slow in rebuilding this relationship. Why? Because 7 of Swords sometimes mean people telling people what they want to hear, right? I can sometimes think of this card as like, um, a person who's just like telling you the sweet words that you are wishing to hear, but they're doing it because they want to sleep with you, or they want to, get something from you. So I would just say that actions speak louder than words. Listen to the words. It's okay to feel those wonderful compliments. Is the Lover's card about me or someone else? I'm seeing it as, oh, sorry, I'm seeing that as about you and what he's thinking. You asked, what is he thinking? And that's what he's thinking. Because nothing here is like, oh, you know, somebody else. This is him thinking about you. Now, Seven of Swords, though, I would say be careful, be cautious, be slow, because his actions need to match his words. People can say all kinds of things, even with a good intention and well meaning, right? One day I'm going to take a trip to Hawaii. One day I'm going to take a trip to Hawaii. Their intention is good, but if they don't take action, they're not going to go to Hawaii, right? So the same thing is true here. I think there's a good intention for something, but he needs to show it with his actions. You can appreciate those words, you can feel the good intention of those words, but unless he follows it up with action, it's just a fantasy, right? So I think that's one thing that you really want to look for, is to make sure his words and his actions line up, right? What is he saying, and what is he doing? Are they the same? And if he's saying one thing and doing another thing, you got to be cautious about that. We also have Six of Cups energy, which is like the heart opens up. So something is shifting with him. Something is shifting. Six of Cups energy is very sweet, very innocent, very open. So I think that there's a real recognition of like that he made a mistake and he needs to fix it. Like, but can he do it? We'll see. Now, one of the things that maybe makes sense in light of that Seven of Swords is we've got Page of Cups energy. Page of Cups energy is a little bit lacking maturity. So there's a very loving intention, there's a very open heart, there's like this desire, but is there the maturity of saying, I'm going to do something different. I need to make it up to you. I recognize what I did wrong. That's what you need to look for. So I see very positive things here. I see good intentions, but I want to see the action following up those intentions. That's the main thing. So in terms of timing, I still feel like it's summertime when things start to like move, or there's this mention of this travel or something like that. It's probably going to be a few months before we get there, but you're in good shape. So, yeah, thank you.
I pulled the Eight of Pentacles, so I'm getting the same impression, right? Like, be patient, keep working at it, and you'll see the change that you want. I know you've been doing some magic here, so I think this is saying your magic is starting to work, but you got to give it time to continue to work. And if you're doing ongoing work, like honey jars, I know you're working on before, not a bad idea to continue it until you're
Yeah.
seeing not just those words, but those actions, like Madame Pinita was saying. And I noticed last week, right after we ended, I saw Adrija put a message in chat saying, how long should I keep doing the honey jar? The answer is until it works, right? So until you see that change that you wanted from your honey jar, keep lighting candles on it. So I think this says, keep at it. I don't think this means exhaust yourself with spell work or light a million candles. No, never going to be necessary. But continue the things that you've already started. Keep holding a clear vision of those changes that you want to see in him, and be patient, and you're going to get there. This 8 to me kind of signifies, like, my mind just went right to August. So maybe it'll be in August. Hopefully it'll be before then. But that jumping out of my mind tells me don't get discouraged if you haven't heard from him by June, right? Like, it can still
Yeah.
happen. And be focused on things you can change, what you can do in the meantime. That's the best way to spend your time, is productively and not just waiting by the phone.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think, one of the things with, any kind of spell work, right? Do we want to be doing a spell for 20 years? No, absolutely not.
Right.
So I would think of that being like, if you either you like give something the old college try, but have a deadline that you're going to stop, right? So that you're not doing spells for 2 or 3 or 4 years on somebody.
Yeah,
That's just
definitely don't do that.
nah.
Yeah, and
No,
in my
Yeah.
experience, when we're doing spells on somebody and we're not seeing any change, it's because usually, in my experience, because our spirit guides are protecting us from that outcome.
Yeah.
Honey jar comes to mind that I did on someone, and I was like, "This is really weird. That there's just no movement here, but I'm gonna let it go. It's probably not for the best." And then later, I found out some stuff. I'm like, "Oh, holy cow!" Am I glad that my spirit guides intervened there? Because little old Love Witch was wrong that time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I think have it like a deadline. Like, you need to see this change happen because
Yeah,
there's a
that's very
lot that
cool.
has to happen here. You need to see this change happen by a certain date. And then at that point, you go, okay, I did everything I could. I threw everything I had at it. And that person was still willful or too slow. But, we also have to have a time limit on things. Like, there has to be you snooze, you lose, right?
Hmm.
They can't keep stringing you along or doing something and then expect that there's going to be like that you're going to be waiting around for them 5 years from now. It's like that's unrealistic, right? If it's meant to be that the two of you are together, it'll happen. But if it's not the right timing, or that person isn't your highest and your best, let's make room for your highest and your best, right? And that person may not need to be in the picture for you to get your highest and your best. All right, we're going to spin the meow mancy wheel. Let's see what we got here. Number 2. What does 2 have to say? 2. Um, insolent puss. Refusing the call may be your wisest move. Just because a
Mm.
person or project wants your attention doesn't mean they deserve it. OMG, right? Like, you don't be too available.
Yeah.
Like they just like a cat. Like, you have to earn you have to earn it with a cat, right? Like, the cat is the one that's like, you're going to do it on my terms. I think that's a good lesson for you. It's like, you need to have this relationship on your terms. He needs to show up with like a very sincere transformation for this relationship. And you need to have that in mind too.
I was on the
So,
phone with a friend earlier who had a pretty bad breakup, like maybe 6 months ago. And like 6 months ago, I was telling her, you need to make your life so amazing that you have to ask yourself, is it worth it for me to sacrifice this freedom for a relationship? I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm looking for somebody that's going to rock my world enough to sacrifice any change to how great my life is. And today I was on the phone with her and she was like, you know what, Buchanan? I don't know that there's anybody amazing enough for me out there. So the universe is going to have to create a brand new, incredible person to match where I'm at because my life is going so good now. And I was like, that would not have happened in that relationship that you were afraid to let
yeah,
go of. You know, he was holding you back. So, yeah, trust the universe and trust that like your life is amazing and you have control over that. So keep making your life more and more amazing so that when that call comes, you're not asking yourself like how quickly can I answer, you're asking am I going to answer, because do I want to sacrifice a single bit of how great my life is in order to interact with him.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Um, all right. So I want to share something that I see that the Love Witch, you're so welcome, Adrija. I want to share something the Love Witch made here. The new charm. I didn't know you did this. I mean, I made the candles, but let's be clear on that. Um, we have a brand new candle that is so good. The Charmed Car spell candle. The Charmed Car is for anything travel related and anything car related. So you can use this spell for travel. Like, if you want to go on a road trip and you want to be safe on that road trip. Maybe you want to sell a car. Maybe you want to buy a car. Maybe you want your car to feel safe and protected. Maybe you want your car to drive you to a new relationship, or maybe you want your car to be invisible to the cops. I mean, you can do all of it with this spell candle. I love it. So this gorgeous car candle, we have the Charmed Car spell candle, is brand new at the Parlor of Wonders. You need to check it out. You can go to that QR code to check it out, but you can also just type in car or Charmed Car and it will show up in our search at the Parlor of Wonders. So
And as a city dweller with no car, I can think of so many other great ways to use this candle too, like to have a project really take off and go 100 miles an hour, right? Or to see movement in a situation. Like there's so many fun ways you can work with this. You don't have to have a car.
Yeah. Well, I think of it also too, and if you're in New York, it's like I'm going to do a spell so that every time I want a taxi, there's one there.
Oh my God, that's a good spell.
Or I'm going to do a spell that I find great parking everywhere I go. Or I'm going to, that's another one for New York. And
I'm a drivers. My taxi drivers know how to drive.
yeah, that I'm safe in a taxi, right?
Yeah, that's a
Or
big ask.
safe in an Uber. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to share that cute little thing I saw over here, and wanted to share this cute new candle that we have. We do have a bunch of new candles at the Parlor of Wonders, and you can just go to shop and then go to new products, and you'll see all these new candles, including our cat and dog guardian spell candle, which is for your cat or your dog. It's such a wonderful spell candle. So yeah. Also, don't forget that there are custom spell kits by the Love Witch. If you want a spell kit that we don't have, you can get a custom spell kit that's going to have the oils, the herbs, the glitter, the support tapers, the main candle, all in the right colors, and all the directions will be exactly what you need. So if you love like the new moon spell, but you are like, I want to, okay, that new moon spell is for manifesting my biggest wishes and dreams and desires, but I have this really mundane wish that I need right now, or this mundane intention that I need to do, and the new moon doesn't match up with what I'm doing right now. Don't worry about it. The Love Witch can make you a spell kit exactly custom made, exactly what you want. It's couture magic. That's what we deliver at the Parlor of Wonders, couture magic. So you can check that out. Go to custom-spells.com and you can order yours. All right, so let's move right along to Leslie. Leslie, this is our last call. Leslie's our last reading. If you'd like to get your reading in, you need to do it now. Get your donation in by Venmo or PayPal. And then let us know in the chat that you made a donation, how much you donated, where you donated, and what your question is. All right, so Leslie says, family-centered general reads, please. Okay. Thank you so much, Leslie. Thank you, all of you guys. You're awesome. Thank you, thank you. Okay.
Go feed a cat, but I'll be right back.
Okay. I have to go feed a cat. Well, you know what's interesting? We've got almost all people showing up. So this is very interesting about the family dynamic, because we've got three court cards, and then the Hermit, which is person. Oh, there's Glinda. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles energy is showing up. Now, for this family-centered general read, this represents somebody in the family that is kind of, I'm going to say, a little stubborn, not willing to bend, not willing to change, not willing to go in a different direction, and they may need to go in a different direction. So oftentimes, like if you I'm just throwing out a magical thing for you out here to deal with a person like this. If you've got a stubborn person, the way to deal with them is to do a honey jar, because a honey jar is like ongoing work where you're like working on them, burning a candle 3 days out of the week. And it can have this effect that I have found of sweetening someone toward you, or maybe sweetening them toward the idea that you have for them. But it is something that I think with this very stubborn person in your family, you may need to, if you're not happy or you're concerned about the direction that they're going, I would suggest honey jar work to get them, because they're really like stubborn and determined that they're going to go down that path. So that's the first thing, the first person in the family that you're dealing with, someone that could use a little redirection but isn't willing to redirect. Next, we have King of Cups. We have King of Cups and Queen of Cups, which is like this wonderful partnership. Let's put them so they're facing each other. Look how cute they are together. Oh, Leslie says, I'm that stubborn person. Oh, that's funny. Someone needs to do a honey jar on you. Let me talk to your family members.
Send them this video.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Um, King of Cups and Queen of Cups. I do, you know what? I see like a genuine partnership of genuine love that is like a true partnership, like a true team. And this is like a spiritual, heart centered partnership. So I do see this relationship either exists or is on the horizon. But this energy is like so loving. I almost get two from this. Look at they're like skeleton mermaids, right? It could be an ancestor energy that's overlooking your family of this wonderful partnered couple that was really, really like loving and there and generous of the heart. So it could be that, but there's like this lovely partnership energy that I see. Now, think about teams working together too. You know, in your general family thing that's going on, do you have like a partnership of a teammate? It doesn't necessarily mean your spouse or your significant other. It could be you and one of your kids, right? Or it could be you and a sibling or you and an aunt or uncle, right? But there's a partnership that's really bonded where the two of you see this very eye to eye on things and really there's a lot of love there, but also influencing things in a spiritual way, doing some magic or doing some, spiritual work around this could be really good. Um, Hermit card is our fourth card. So, hermit card energy really to me is about like taking a time to step back from something and maybe even look within, like if you're that stubborn person, if you're that stubborn person, maybe you need some time alone. Maybe you need some time of reflection. Maybe there's too much like, chaos and drama or whatever else is going on. And you just need to step back from it. Hermit card energy doesn't mean you're going to stay back. It doesn't even mean things like cutting people off or blocking people or anything. It just means like retreating, doing like some spiritual work and then coming back. So whatever's going on for your family, how can you whatever way you can best serve them, you first need to have your own alone time. You need to be doing your thing on your own. You need to be reflecting on your own and contemplating this. Now, what this is not is going over to the other family members and complaining about that family member. That is not this, right? Or asking everybody what their opinion is. That is not this. This is keeping your own counsel, and this is going within and getting your answers yourself, not asking for everybody else's opinion, not trying to get people on your side or convince everybody or whatever. It is you deciding for you, and then once you're really clear on that, coming back and expressing that, right? I i am that stubborn person that needs da 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 da. Okay, you reflected on it. Your stubbornness is something that you are cherishing because that stubbornness means you're going to see something through to the end. And maybe you need to like just say that's the way it is, like it or lump it, right? This is what it is. So I think of this as like, I feel like things are working out. But I also feel like you have to like step back from it a little bit to get a clear view of your part and what you can do and not worry about what everybody else is doing. And then, yeah, working on it. Yeah, that's it. Step back from the drama. What do you have for Leslie?
The magician, which much like the hermit is pictured on his own, right? Like he's not relying on others, he's relying on his inner guidance, on his magic, and on himself. And look, that Roman numeral 1 looks just like I, right? So remembering that you are your own compass, and you are like deciding where you go. And yeah, I mean, every family is different. Lots of families have multiple of those stubborn people. I know mine does. And yeah, it's not a one size fits all approach. So if your family dynamic is not looking exactly like the family dynamics that you see in media or around you, don't worry. It's not supposed to. You're a witch. You're not meant to live a cookie cutter life. And you're that stubborn person in your family. Well, you're also that magical person in your family. So do some magic. When I saw those two skeletons pop up, my mind went straight to skull candles. I was like, yeah, you need to be burning a skull candle. But I used, for my honey jars, I use like a wide mouth mason jar, the little short ones, and you can put a mini skull candle right on top of that. So you could burn a skull candle on your honey jar even. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think do some magic to alter their thinking, to get them to come around to the way you see things. Then you can continue to be stubborn.
Yeah, right.
I don't
I
know.
love that. I love that. Yeah, magician card says do some magic around it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's spin the Meow Mancy wheel and see what your. I don't want to put my finger and block it. Okay, what do we have? Number one. You're number one, Leslie. Traveling cat.
Mm.
Oh, hey, what was that about? Glinda's doing this new thing where she claws my jeans or my pants or whatever I'm wearing. Like, ow, it hurts. She like wants my attention. Um, you are about to begin a new journey, a call toward adventure and personal growth. Be brave, even if you walk alone. Oh my gosh, is that like on point or what with that hermit card? Yeah, be brave, even if you walk alone, right? You may be the only one that sees it that way, but no worries, right? No worries. All right, you guys, a couple more announcements and then we're going to head out. So if you do want a reading, now's your really, really, really last chance because I'm going to make announcements. And as soon as those are done, we're going to finish up and I'm going to get some dinner. I'm hungry. Um, do you want to be in my inner circle? Then join my coven. Go to coven.vip and join, and you can get some amazing bonuses. We've got monthly flash sales, monthly coven exclusive Q&A at the Spirit Speakeasy, coven only product drops. We've got a tarot card pull for free at the Tarot Salon. It takes place on the last Sunday of the month. A free on-demand video workshop each month, a spot in my monthly group spell service, a free guest pass to my first Sunday's Witchcraft Workshop each month, and a monthly 30-minute session with me, Madam Pamita. Me. If you'd like to join my coven, Basic Witch starts at $3.99 a month. And right now we have a free 7-day trial of the Supreme Witch level, which is the second highest level. Go to coven.vip to find out more. You want to win a $100 gift certificate to the Parlor of Wonders? Well, write reviews on the Parlor of Wonders website and you will get into our monthly giveaway. For each written review, you'll automatically be entered into our monthly giveaway for a $100 Parlor of Wonders gift certificate. You can leave as many reviews as you want. Each one will get you an additional entry into that month's giveaway. We randomly pick a winner each month and send them a gift certificate. And we want to say congrats to our March winner, Habiba H. April winner could be you. Go leave some reviews at the Parlor of Wonders. If you want to find out more, go to magicgiveaway.com. But honestly, you don't have to do anything except for leave reviews. We look at those reviews for the month of April, and we're going to draw one at random, and it could be you. I want to remind you guys that the Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars is out now. If you have bought this book, follow me on Amazon. Even if you didn't buy it on Amazon, you can still follow me on Amazon, and you can leave reviews on Amazon or Goodreads, whether you bought it on Amazon or not. Tell people how the book transformed you, or a special spell that you found that you loved, or a special part that was amazing for you. And you can also post video reviews on Amazon. If you have ordered the book, you get a free on-demand workshop, The Introduction to Animal Familiar Magic. Go to animalfamiliars.com to find out how you can get that free workshop if you purchase this book, or you purchase the audiobook or the ebook, whatever you purchased. I want to remind everybody that you can get a custom spell kit by the Love Witch, as we were talking about earlier. Do you want to do a candle spell but don't know which herbs or oils or candles to pick? Get a curated custom spell kit made just for your intentions, put together by the Love Witch. They're made with Parlor of Wonders oils and candles and everything. So you're getting a Parlor of Wonders spell kit custom designed for you by the Love Witch. Go to custom-spells.com to order. And I think that is it. Yep, that is all of our announcements. Thank you guys so much for joining us here. We're so happy. Let's see how much money we raised tonight. We did 70, 50, 90, 280. Looks like 280. Pretty awesome. Thanks so much, you guys. Thanks so much. That means we're feeding 7 seniors in Ukraine, and they'll be buying the groceries for them tomorrow. So thank you so much, you guys. Any last things to say before we wrap up, Love Witch?
Um, no, I can't think of anything. Happy 420 Easter.
Happy 420 Easter. Be sure to do it in 420 style, right?
Right,
All
enjoy
right.
your Easter grass.
That's Easter grass. Yeah. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us here. We hope to see you next week. Thanks again. I want to say thank you again to Leslie, Adrija, Jessica, Misty, Seasick Music, Judy, Devon, and Vivian. Thank you guys so much. Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll see you next week. All right. Bye bye.